Hello everyone, my name is Lena. I decided to share my life story with you. It may help other people who are struggling with the same issues I had in the past. In Ukraine, I felt that my life was stuck, and that's why I went to Great Britain to find a new meaning of life. Living in the UK has helped me to become more open, and now I'm sharing my story with you. My aim is to help other people. I've always lived for my higher values. I had different higher meanings of life at each stage of my life. Learning English, God, and friendship are among my higher values. At school, I often felt judged for my appearance due to my tall height. It made my life emotionally challenging to a great extent. I was often bullied while being silent about it with my parents. They didn't support me, and I didn't feel that they are on my side. Thus, ideas about quitting my life started coming into my mind. Their number grew considerably over the years. I regretted many thousands of times that I was born. I've got into the mental institution when I was 20 and was diagnosed with schizophrenia. 2 years later, I had a severe depression accompanied by suicidal thoughts. In November of 2005, before addressing to the mental institution for the second time, I made an ultimatum to God. Since suicide is considered to be a betrayal of God, I couldn't do it, although I wanted to a lot. So I said to God that I will remain alive as long as He continues to help me, and conversely, I'll quit my life the moment He stops helping me. Since that time, I had been living by my faith in God, feeling His support. This support came as answers to my prayers. But I couldn't join any church. But God was my support throughout my lonely period of life. Currently, developing friendly relationships with others feels like top priority. After I turned 30, I have found out that I developed a learned passiveness, which originated from not being able to prevent or counter home violence. Luckily, I had spare time to read psychological articles which helped me to sort out my feelings. Since that time, I'm constantly challenging myself to overcome this learned passiveness. When I addressed to the same mental institution for the second time, they didn't even want to hospitalize me, saying that my symptoms were not serious enough. They advised me to take antidepressants at home. I insisted on being hospitalized because I didn't want to stay with my parents in one flat. Any place seemed better for me in comparison to my parents' flat, where I grew up. After living in that mental institution for a month, I had to return back. While living in my parents' flat, I was preparing for the state exams. I had been attending private lessons to renew my knowledge of Ukrainian. My efforts paid off greatly since I scored 95 points out of 100 at the state exam on Ukrainian language and literature. I didn't need a tutor in English because I knew it well enough. That summer of 2006, I entered the Kyiv National Linguistic University. High scores in the entrance exams guaranteed me a budget place. Studying had helped me to recover mentally, although it was very hard, it was very difficult to study during the first semester, because it was very difficult to concentrate on studying. Besides, I was suppressed by negative thoughts that were multiplying in my mind. But few weeks before the exams, I discovered a way of how to make positive thoughts repeat in my mind and stay there. I wrote down the best affirmations I could find in different self-help books, dictated them on my MP3 player, and listened to my recordings every day, many times a day, especially before the bedtime. It helped me to regain my ability to concentrate, see the world in brighter colors again, and forget about aches and pains in my heart, because they disappeared. I have described my experience of recovery in detail on the pages of my internet diary. It was initially written in the middle of 2013. Thus, it is partially outdated because I constantly change. I often felt like a victim before the 2013, but I have changed greatly since that time. I don't feel like a victim anymore. By the way, here are my diplomas, just in case. My intention is to help other people, and I do hope that my experience will be useful. Antidepressants have many side effects, and they are not the best solution for the problem. There are more effective ways of dealing with mental health issues. The links to the information about side effects of antidepressants are below. It is possible to recover without any medication by using different techniques which involve working with subconsciousness. I think that a broader attention should be brought to the subject of mental health. Some other positive changes may happen in the nearest future. First, mental health organizations may receive more donations. Second, I may develop some meaningful relationships with other people. Third, I may come closer to my dream, that is, singing for other people. Recovery and good physical health are prerequisites to a good singing. Fourth, people in Ukrainian mental institutions may start to be treated in a more humane way. Fifth, the number of suicides may be reduced. Astrology. Astrology has been my hobby for the last couple of years, and it doesn't contradict to my faith in God at all. Astrology is a very good tool for self-knowledge. And it is very important. Self-knowledge is very important. According to my birth chart, the sphere of my development lies in the relationships with other people. Since Venus conjuncts the North Node in my 6th house, and the South Node conjuncts Neptune in the 12th house of solitude. Both nodes are direct. Now I'm in the process of transition to the second part of my life, which looks like serving others. To serve others, one needs health. For now, I'm not okay physically. Mobility issues prevent me from having an active life. Currently, my life is full of different have-tos. I have to wake up in the morning and do something. Some mornings I don't want to wake up and prefer watching dreams. At other times I just force myself to wake up and move on. I have to buy clothes from time to time. I don't enjoy shopping at all. I only buy a new item when the previous one is worn out. So I have no choice just to go and buy something new. I have to eat, although I don't have an appetite. Oh, how I wish that life wouldn't be bound to the necessity to eat. But I do like ice cream. I could have ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But doctors said that there are not enough nutrients in the ice cream, unfortunately. I have to drink a lot of water, but I don't do it, telling myself that one day I will start. And I have to record this video. And the list may continue on and on. But there have been some positive things in my life as well. For example, meeting Valentina Fedorivna Kushnarenko, who made a profound positive impact in my life. She used to be an associated professor at the Kyiv National Taras Shevchenko University. She was also giving English courses at the College of Communication I was studying at. I was only 17 at that time. I was deeply impressed by her personality and her knowledge of English. I decided to become like her. That is, to know and speak English as impeccably as she does. Since that time, studying English became the sense of my life, and I was mostly studying it alone. Years of studying in the university had helped me to improve it, to improve my knowledge. Thank you, Valentina Fedorivna, for making a profound positive impact in my life. As former President Obama said, one of the things that you realize is how much any success you had depended on some critical people who were there at critical times in your life. You just don't succeed in any endeavor unless you've got a team that's been supporting you. Thomas Merton wrote a book, No Man is an Island. I often feel that I'm an island indeed. I would like my chronic loneliness to smoothly transition into service and help to other people. But smoothly. Things I can do. I can recover using non-traditional methods of treatment and share my results with other people. Some South Korean methods proved to be effective for me in the past, as well as some information techniques like Georgi Sitin's method and the method of Alexander Filatovich. They are indispensable for self-regulation and may be used successfully in a wider range. Cells of our body are able to absorb information and change according to the content of this information. And this may be used for healing purposes. As soon as I recover, I'd like to sing and develop professionally in this area. I can also interpret from English to Ukrainian and from Ukrainian into English. I'm also planning to start going for psychotherapy with a good specialist as soon as I'm back to my home country. I hope it will help me to build relationships based on the principle of quality. I would also like to promote psychology and psychotherapy. They are not spread wide enough yet, especially in the post-Soviet countries. Some people advised me to write a book, so probably I will in the future. I have lived to the last part of my second Sadasati period. Sadasati is the period of trials and hardships, designed to make a person follow her true life purpose. Last part of this period often results in unions, friendships, and partnerships. I do hope that this is true, not just some Jyotish theory. I need to return to Ukraine. I want to return to Ukraine because the possibility to recover here physically is minimal. It's actually next to zero. Restoring health will bring joy into my life, definitely. But even if I become perfectly happy in each and every sphere of my life, my own happiness will not be able to overweight my unhappiness which I experienced in the past. So, what can possibly overweight my unhappiness? I think it's the happiness of other people. Or at least if I could bring some improvement and relief into other people's life.